Primetime Deion Sanders, head coach for the Colorado Buffaloes, collegiate football, Pac-12, get ready to move to the Big 12 next season probably, and all of this other stuff. Terrific game Saturday night that ended in double overtime with Colorado winning. Deion Sanders and Colorado and his son, Shedeur Anderson. Lord, that brother is special. I'm telling y'all right now, the brother's special. They're undefeated, 3-0 on the season. They've beaten TCU, the national championship runner-up. They've beaten Nebraska with new coach Matt Rule. And now they beat their interstate rival led by Coach Novell. I'm talking about primetime Deion Sanders in Colorado beating the Colorado State team. But it was a thriller. Give them a lot of love, a lot of props over there at Colorado State. They showed up. One of their players, however, is not enjoying life too much these days. His name is Henry Blackburn. If you recall, he's the one that placed the hit on one of Colorado's star players, Travis Hunter, a two-way player, by the way. This brother's special in and of his own right. But he's wide receiver, he's cornerback. I mean, he is special. Actually, he's a safety, I'm sorry. And he got hit while playing receiver, got hit by Colorado State player Henry Blackburn. And when he got hit, obviously, they talked about liver issues or what have you. He got hit in the liver. He's going to be out for at least 3 weeks. And there's death threats that are being thrown in his direction. Obviously, Primetime is a man of faith. He's a leader, believes in being a leader of young men, especially. So he was quick to condemn the death threats that Blackburn is now receiving from Colorado fans. And here's what the new coach for the Colorado Buffaloes, the star of the program, Primetime Deion Sanders, here's what he had to say about the issues of death threats being aimed in the direction of Mr. Blackburn. Check it out.
He should be receiving death threats. This is still a young man trying to make it in life, a guy that's trying to live his dream and hopefully graduate with honors or degree, committed to excellence and go to the NFL. He does not deserve a death threat over a game. At the end of the day, this is a game.
Amen. Amen. Primetime wasn't the only one that said that. Here's what Travis Hunter, the person that was on the receiving end of that hit by Henry Blackburn. Listen to what Travis Hunter had to say.
It's football, though. At the end of the day, stuff like that's going to happen. So I just stay humble. I mean, hey, he did what he was supposed to do. It's football. Something bad's going to happen on the field sooner or later. We just got to get up and fight again. That's what I try to do. Get up and fight. Good thing the doctors stopped me, because if there was no doctors there, I would have still been out there playing.
Here's the sad part. The sad part is not only was it primetime Deion Sanders, but you got a kid like Travis Hunter that's got to get on social media and got to be interviewed, reminding everybody it's a part of the game. It's football. Plays like that happen all the time. And you see, we got some punk-ass people out there. Punk-ass people that are quick to throw threats. You gonna roll up on Travis Hunter and do that in his face? I don't think you would. In this day and age, it's like everybody is looking for an excuse to inflict violence. Not anticipating they might get their ass kicked themselves. Not anticipating that even more harm might come to them than the harm they were planning on inflicting. It's amazing how people can be bullies over the phone, social media, or beyond. It's amazing. Because you're anticipating you're going to inflict pain. You're not anticipating you're going to receive it. But that's a different subject for another day. The most important point to point out is what primetime Deion Sanders said. It's a game. This is a young man that was playing a football game. It was a rivalry, interstate. You're going at each other. Colorado State came out there determined to go at Colorado. They tired of all of this shine. Deion and his son Shedeur and Travis and Shiloh and everybody else is getting. They tired of that. They're like, damn it, it's another college football team in Colorado. It's us. And they came out there and they played their behinds off. Give them props. It was a highly competitive game. It was watched at its peak by 11.1 million people. It averaged 9 million views. 9.3 million viewers for the game. We all got to enjoy it. I nodded off in the first quarter. I woke up at halftime like, my God, what am I missing? This is a hell of a game. And it's got to be sullied by this kind of nonsense. See, these are the kind of things we find ourselves concerned about in a society like we're living in today. Because once upon a time, everybody knew what the hell was off limits. Everybody knew that. But now, you've got some folks out there that think they could get away with anything. I'm not trying to sit up there and mimic somebody like former President Donald Trump, but guess what? Law and order is necessary. There's certain things that you should absolutely positively know. Period. Nobody should be getting away with spewing death threats. And those who do it, they deserve what happens to them. Plain and simple. Because they trying to deposit checks their ass can't cash. I'm telling you what I know. Just think about that, y'all. Just think about that. By the way, as an aside, Deion Sanders, the star quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes, I love this kid. I love his talent. I love his skill set. I love his poise. I love how he responds under pressure. I love how he's embracing everything. Being primetime Deion Sanders' son, he ain't shying away from nothing. Excuse the double negative. Grammatically incorrect. I don't care. He ain't shying away from nothing. And I love it. I love to watch him under pressurized situations, looking off on coverage, going through his progressions, getting the ball to the people that need to have it, always hitting the open man, always making plays, always making things happen. Deion Sanders is something special. Ladies and gentlemen, this brother's going to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. I'm telling you, he's special. But I will like to remind you of this. After Tom Brady, a person that's mentoring him, a 7-time champion, by the way, who's now retired, who'll be in the Fox booth making $37.5 million a year starting next year. That Tom Brady, who's been mentoring Sanders. He was told not only about all of that ice he was wearing on his wrist, not only that, but that he's got a Rolls Royce. Tom Brady responded by saying, he needs to get his ass in the film room. Quote, unquote. I like that. I like that. He needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible and less time in the car. That's what his mentor said. Damn right. Because you got a future, kid. You got a future. And it's very, very important that we bring that up because I'm looking at something in my phone right now. I'm looking for something in my phone because I had a note that I needed to find because I wanted to show to y'all about this kid. Deion Sanders. Kid is special. By the way, name, image, likeness, valuation list came out last night. Deion Sanders has the #1 NIL valuation in college football right now at $5.1 million. He's ahead of Arch Manning. Okay? Arch Manning. All right? The uncle, the nephew of Eli and Peyton. That Manning. And Caleb Williams, the reigning Heisman Trophy winning quarterback that plays at USC. Deion Sanders' NIL deal right now is at $5.1 million. Travis Hunter is fourth on the list at $2.2 million. A couple of interesting things about Deion's $5.1 million, just so you know. His NIL evaluation over the summer was at $1.3 million, so it's quadrupled since Colorado's 3-0 start. Quadrupled. Deion's $5.1 million NIL valuation is approaching his father Deion Sanders' first-year compensation as Colorado's head coach at $5.5 million. As a college student, the brother's about to make as much money as his daddy. Only in America, y'all. Only in America. And I'm here for it, and I support Deion Sanders getting that money because you know how much money he and his daddy are bringing in to the University of Colorado? 9.3 million viewers. I don't know if they had 93,000 views last year. 9.3 million viewers. Wasn't nobody looking at Colorado last year. They were 1-11. Nobody care about them. Buffalo. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen A. Smith was in Boulder, Colorado. Twice. Me. Now let me tell y'all something. I'm going to break this to y'all. I'm quite sure the people in Boulder, Colorado are wonderful American citizens. God-fearing, God-loving, humble, decent human beings. But I think it's safe to say, before primetime Deion Sanders arrived, most of them were white. The brothers and sisters ain't trying to go to no damn Boulder, Colorado. I've been there twice in the last 2 weeks. I was there the day before Saturday's game against Colorado State, and I was there the week earlier sitting in Deion Sanders' suite for the game against their home opener against Nebraska. Anybody trying to go? No damn Boulder, Colorado. And as an aside, y'all, because I am Stephen A., and people are always looking for something. I was told by some confidants within the walls of ESPN that people were actually calling because they wanted to know, when did ESPN start flying me on private jets? Because ESPN supposedly is paying for it. Ladies and gentlemen, you see how people are full of shit sometimes? So you can brag, you can go and you can report as breaking news what my salary is. You're almost never right. But you can talk about my salary. You can talk about this money that Stephen A. is making. But you're going to say that ESPN paid for my private jet. Damn it, I did. I paid for it out of my own money, my own bank account, because I can afford it for the moment. ESPN does not pay for people to fly on private jets. I promise you that. The hours that I purchased that. So once again, you're going to see people lying because that creates clicks. See, we tell the truth here on the Stephen A. Smith Show. We ain't got to lie to create clicks. All we got to do is put me in front of the camera and the microphone, and that does the job.